Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me today for this conversation is Ishan Shahane, Snehashish Mukherjee, and Trisha Ghoshal. Today, in the seventh match of the WPL 2024, we're going to be looking at a match between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Delhi Capitals. Royal Challengers Bangalore have won both of their matches that they have played, whereas DC started off with a loss against Mumbai Indians, just like in the finals of last year. Trisha, first off, over to you. Delhi Capitals is coming off of a loss here. Uh, they're coming off of a loss, right? Two loss. They're coming off
A
of a
win.
win, but a loss against the Indians. So they seem to be, quite blowing hot and cold. What do you think is going to be the outcome tonight? What does Delhi Capitals need to do to capitalize on their squad?
You just tell me what is the toss result. That's the match result.
You start. It seems like that's been the case
Yeah,
for so
unfortunately,
long.
that has been the case. But of course, Gargi, Delhi Capitals is one of the strongest sides of the league. To be very honest, any side which is led by Meg Lanning, and I know I speak a lot about Meg Lanning, but
Okay, so sorry to interrupt you,
yeah,
but we have the toss result. RCB has won the toss and they have chosen to bowl.
3 out of 3.
Bowl first.
So there we go. RCB is winning. Goodbye.
Maybe, so maybe the men haven't done
Thank
it
you
in
for joining.
13 years. The men haven't done it in 13 years. Maybe RCB women will do it in the second year itself. Unfortunately, me
Maybe.
not supporting that team, so I'm
Heartbreak for you still.
yeah. But anyway, to be very honest, Delhi is a fantastic side and they have good batters. Also, if I don't know if the same kind of pitch will be used that was used yesterday, because that was pretty similar in both the innings. Like the ball was coming onto the bat, and it was kind of easier to bat than the previous matches. If that's the case, and
Yes.
Shafali and Lanning get going, then we have a game on our hands. Otherwise, it might well be just very easier walk in the park for RCB.
And Ishan, talking about Smriti Mandhana, she's done very well when we look at this season, particularly. She's gotten off the mark. She's going well with momentum tonight. Like Trisha said, if they have the wicket that was played on yesterday, another win set up for Smriti Mandhana, another big knock.
Yes, I think it's going to be a cakewalk if the total isn't competitive enough, Gagis, because Smriti Mandhana is looking really good. This is just the beginning of the tournament, so I think we have to wait and watch how she actually develops in this tournament. But for now, she's looked really good, and she's given the start that RCB needs. So I think that's crucial. Up the order, you want to set a platform, and that's what she's been doing really well. So Smriti Mandhana will be happy with the performances for now, but I think the whole point over here is to continue and build on that because with two matches you can't really say that you're a really good side. Okay, they're looking really good, but if they want to continue on playing well, they would make sure that the performances are up to the mark, and that starts right up the order. So I think Smriti Mandhana holds all the responsibility, and I think she's doing a fairly decent job at the moment, Gagi.
Yes, and Sneha, yeah, Trisha, go on. You don't have to ask.
Yeah, can I just contradict Ishan and say I don't think Smriti has had a good start. I just think the bowlers have not bowled according to plans. I mean, Tahu, who just fed her short balls for some joy, I don't know what joy, and that's her favorite shot. But the moment spinners came in and forced Smriti to take singles, she's not great at that, and what's happening is the moment you force her to take those singles, place and run, that is when she's getting out. That's what happened last match as well. And Snehashish didn't like what I was speaking about Smriti, so he just gone.
I
He
think
just
he
we
got
just
offended
know.
and he just left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. We just
she's
placed
like,
her
"मैं जा रहा हूँ."
part of the discussion. But even in the first match, with Smriti, she's only putting the balls away when it's fed to that particular short ball line or absolutely outside off stump. I have not seen a Smriti Mandana classy innings yet. Um, good thing is,
You,
even though
not
she has
not even that half century.
sorry.
Not even that half century.
No, I think she took a lot of time to settle in, and then uh, that too, she didn't look fully confident. To be very honest, Smriti is not still not confident at the crease. The Smriti of 2018 and the Smriti of 2024 are nowhere relatable. I'm not saying that every year she will be the Smriti of 2018, but what I'm saying is she has not looked very confident. And if you see the
Trisha,
positive
yeah,
is, even though she has not looked confident, thankfully she has scored, which is
yes.
the more important part for RCB. But I think RCB, if RCB actually has to um, go on and win the trophy as or win the important matches, then Smriti has to be way more confident. Also, because now somehow Divine is not finding her form, so that needs to be because last year Divine played for Smriti and herself both. So this year Smriti also has to take that role, which she hasn't taken so far.
And Snehashi, there seems to be a change in the Delhi Capitals lineup because Jess Jonathan is replacing Annabelle Sutherland. How do you think that's going to affect the team? In a good way? Trisha seems excited about this.
I think I think the change is going to be a provide can
Yes.
provide good result for Delhi Capitals because Jace Johnson, we know the spinning, she can bat, and with the spin I think she can come into play, especially in the second innings. And just like Tushari said that against spinners, Shriti Mandana didn't look so much comfortable when it comes to like rotating the strike and all. So I think Jace Johnson with such experience at her back, I think she can be a good addition. And we know that the player whom she replaced,
Sutherland,
you said
Annabelle.
Sutherland. And
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Annabelle Sutherland. Annabelle Sutherland didn't get into a good game because she was expected to have, because she was coming with a good run of form at her back. I think that's why Delhi went ahead of Jonathan with her. But okay, 2 games gone. This is the right time to replace her with Jonathan. I think this move can be a handy one for Delhi.
And Ishan, there are a few, key player matchups that I'm looking forward to, especially when we talk about Smriti Mandhana versus Marizan Cap, because Smriti Mandhana, that 43 in the last game, plus Marizan Cap, who left the UP Warriors, I'm sure, not in
yes.
tears quite literally, but
I think Cap
figuratively.
got a 3 for 5 in that game, so I think she's
Yes.
in really good form. And Smiti Mandhana, obviously, as Trisha mentioned, if she's not looking as comfortable, I think the Cap definitely has the advantage. I obviously did not agree with Smiti Mandhana not looking as comfortable. I think she's looking fine, but I think we'll wait and watch in the match tonight to see how it actually plays out. But it's going to be a really interesting battle because obviously Smriti would want to continue on with a good form and not let it go in just another game, right? And at the same time, Cap is that X factor which the Delhi Capitals have. So I think obviously they would want to make the most out of her. And if she's bowling well again and gets to 3 wickets or 3 or 4 wickets, I think that's a game changer, Gagi.
And another, player battle that I'm looking forward to is Elise Perry versus Radha Yadav. Trisha, you know, are you
I
looking forward to this one?
Um, yes and no, both. I mean, to be very honest, I think Ellis Perry versus Radha Yadav. Radha has been in average form as a bowler, fielding out of the world, but bowling has been a little bit here and there. And Perry is Perry. Like, she scores in every situation. She scores in, like, she can play the anchor role. She can play the aggressor role. Ask her to bowl, she'll bowl. Ask her to go from mid wicket, deep mid wicket to uh, deep extra cover. She'll run and go there. So Perry can do anything. Interesting is Perry does struggle a bit when it's a left arm spinner, but I think the bigger problem is Radha is going to bowl in the second innings, right? So the pitch kind of, because of the dew, will be a little faster. So that is where I
Yeah.
think Perry will have the advantage, that it will come faster, because Radha is more like a Jadeja kind of a bowler, right? She comes and bowls really fast. So that way, I think for today's match, and especially because they're batting second, it seems like Perry is in a better situation. Also, with Sutherland, I just wanted to add one thing. I know a lot of people were like, why did Gigi let Sutherland go? Sutherland has done so well in WBBL. But I think what people really have to understand is WBBL and WPL are 20 over franchisee cricket. That is it. That is the only similarity. Australian pitches and Indian pitches are not same. A player like Sutherland will be successful always in Australian pitches. In Indian pitches, her bowling will never be that effective, and batting will, of course, be effective. Sutherland is a good batter, no doubt about that, but her bowling will not be equally effective. So, Jess Jonathan sitting out in her place in India seems like a bit of a cranky decision, for the lack of a better word. But all Gargi, has Titash come in? No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Rubbish.
But Sneha, still I check. Why don't you talk about Minu Mani, because we're all very excited to see her in the last match. She didn't get a lot of wickets, but not any actually. But she only gave away 14 runs. So, what do you expect out of her tonight? Okay,
I
big
think it,
announcement over here. Nadine de Klerk will be making a debut tonight, and Elise Perry is being replaced by Nadine.
Ooh.
So we
Ooh.
don't
What?
know what's happening with Elise Perry here, but clearly Elise Perry is
That's
not in the playing 11.
Must be a
Yeah, must be a niggle.
uh,
But Sneha, she's on Minnu Mani, your thoughts?
yes, I think it was a good opportunity for her. And WPL is all about opportunities, right? Young players, we have to give opportunities. And when such players get opportunities, then they can showcase their potential. What potential you are actually talking about in the social media or wherever it is. So I think she didn't get any wicket, but the way she bowled, the line and length was superb, and that's why she didn't go for so many runs. And I think wickets will come if you continues to bowl on the kind of line and length. Wickets will come. Wicket doesn't matter so much, but now Delhi showing that the belief on her that she can be our one of the main bowlers like playing 11 as a perfect player for to fit in the playing 11. That belief any player need, and for a young player like her, that is the most important thing. And if as a skipper, if and Meg Lanning can no other like no person, another like Meg Lanning can be the better person for her to be there as a keeper. So I think Meg Lanning can be a superb one to guide her and use her in the proper situation, and that will help her to gather more experience and to be a better bowler in coming days.
And Ishan, now that Elise Perry is not in the squad, how do you think this affects RCB? Because in the two matches that they have played, in one of the matches, Elise Perry added a crucial 23 not out to the scoreboard.
I think it's a huge blow, to be honest, Gagi, because she is a star performer. And even though it's just been two matches, you don't want to lose someone who's been so prominent in the past so early. So I think the RCB franchise can only hope that it's nothing serious because it's a huge blow. She's someone that who can win you matches from any situation. She's basically like a Glenn Maxwell, like on the men's side. So I think she's someone who's just an incredible player, and I think it's going to be a massive blow for them. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they cope around not having her in the squad because I'm sure they must have been over reliant on her, like how most squads are. You tend to rely on one, two specific players. I'm sure that she must have been in that list. So I think it's a big blow. But I think it's a franchise at the end of the day, and it's about opportunity, like how Sneha mentioned. So obviously, it provides opportunity for someone else to come in and perform. So I think it's going to be an exciting one to see.
And Trisha, we have to talk about Alice Capsey because not in the first match, of course, not only did she score 75 runs off of 53 balls, but she also took two wickets to add salt on the wounds.
Absolutely. I think unfortunate that they didn't win the match, but
Yeah.
it's super handy, right? When you have a player like Capsy who can come in, and in fact, Capsy can play some unorthodox shots also very well. Like she get moves to the offside and then just dill scoops the ball. I think that was what it was called. Even so,
Okay.
Yeah, because Dilshan had started playing it, Tilak Ratne Dilshan, so that's why it was known as Dil Scoop. So anyway, I think she plays that shot as well. She can play reverse sweep as well, and what I about Capsy is the batter is the way she uses her feet to the spinners. That's absolutely a key factor when you are playing in the subcontinent. And the bowler, best part about her as a bowler is she keeps it very simple. You know, she tempts the batters that you come and hit me. That is where she gets the wickets as well. Ultimately, someone like Yuzvendra Chahal, who has been so successful in IPL, he has always bowled that length where you can probably hit him for a six, but if you don't connect properly, you're gone. So Capsy also bowls that length, and honestly, if you think it gives Meg Lanning so many more options, you know. Shikha, you have Shikha, you have Arundhati Reddy, you have Jess Jonathan, you also have a Capsy who's bowling, and probably she can use Shafali Verma also. Why not?
And Sneha, she's talking about Sabineni Meghna, who's a young player, but not played a lot of international cricket as well. But she's been performing very well in the two matches. She's had one half century and one 36 not out as well. Talk about her contribution and what do you expect out of her tonight?
Yeah, I think today also she will be a key wicket for RCB because if you see the last two games, I think she has been very good. And the best thing is what the short selection of her. Like you have to play, the every ball to its merit, right? So she was very good at her short selection, and I think that works for her very pretty well so far in this last two matches. And today also, I think playing on the same ground, maybe the pitches might be different, but playing on the same ground, I think she will be looking to make the most of it, most of her form currently. But I want to mention one name that RCB's Sophie Molyneux. I think she has been brilliant so far in two games. Okay, I think no one expected her to be brilliant, but she out of nowhere, out of syllabus, she has came and she has been brilliant, especially with the ball. She took 3 wickets last day. In the first match, she scored some important 17-20 runs. Then took Sahil's wicket, dream ball, top of the off stump, then ball the important last over. She has been brilliant. I have been very impressed with her. I think today also she will be the key player for RCB again.
Okay, and time for predictions now because play starts in a few minutes. Ishan, how many runs do you see Delhi Capitals making and who wins tonight?
I think Delhi Capitals might make somewhere around 130, 130, 135. If Renuka Singh gets some early wickets, we can see a total even below that. And I think RCB has the upper hand because they're chasing.
Trisha?
I kind of feel Delhi will get to 150. We see a
Mhm.
fantastic innings from Meg because Meg Lanning has not, has that big one.
Okay, I think Trisha the
So, can you hear me?
No, she.
What?
there's some network issue over there.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay,
Yeah.
now you can.
Yeah,
You're fine
yeah.
now.
So I think Meg today will be Meg's big innings, and Delhi will score 150 and defend it.
Snehashish?
Simple, around 140 and RCB wins. RCB wins.
140 and RCB.
Guys are just Smriti fans. Snehashi left when I criticized Smriti. He just left.
I believe a lot will be dependent on what pitch is being used. But I also believe RCB has the upper hand and RCB will win it. But that wraps up our conversation. Okay.
Yeah, Gargi, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Because some of you had, I think, disconnected or something. I don't know. But that that's I predicted RCB to win as well.
yeah, we heard that. It's 3-1.
Yeah, but a lot depends on what pitch is being. So it's difficult to predict how many runs DC will make, but I would go with 135.
My God. Well, how much did Ishan say?
Ooh.
130, 135, Ishan?
120, 130, between that range. Between 120 and
140.
I
130.
have gone 150.
120 and 130. Between that
Okay.
range.
Chalo.
God.
We'll see who wins, but till then, stay tuned to Rev Sports. We'll be back at the end of the match with a very good article that you all should go and read on the website. Plus, Trisha will be doing a special video. So stay tuned to Rev Sports.